Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video. Today we continue with our Shadowbringers journey. Last time we continued our search for the Lightwarden in the Rak'tika Greatwood, heading to the ancient Ronkan temple and solving the perilous puzzles and traps within. As we found ourselves at the heart of Tupasa, Ranjit and his army showed up, resulting in a fierce head-to-head, the floor falling through, and a Mexican standoff. The hostage being the antidote needed for those poisoned back at FFXIV. Ranjit forfeits the life of his own soldier, kicking him into the pit, and with that the antidote. But Y'shtola leapt selflessly after it, slingshotting it back to the Warrior of Light and falling into the abyss. Thancred and Minfilia then show up, Thancred taking it upon himself to ensure that Ranjit would join Y'shtola down there in typical badass fashion. After our brief period of mourning, we made our way back to FFXIV to use the antidote on Runar, who then made a swift recovery. Of course, we hadn't yet had an interruption from our little tag-along. Emet shows his face again and feigns sorrow as we discuss what happened to Y'shtola. We then recall the gust of wind after our friend fell, reminding Thancred of the flow spell Y'shtola used way back in the tunnels under Ul'dah. Our Ashian pal sees this as an opportunity to get in our good books and win back our trust, and so kindly offers to retrieve Y'shtola from the livestream. He succeeds in doing so, returning Y'shtola to her fully clothed appearance and everything. And with that, it was off to defeat the Lightwarden in the next dungeon, Gitana Ravel. Ancient ruins and waterways emerging to a great forest waterfall before the Lightwarden Eros. We did our thing, bringing night back to the Greatwood, fulfilling the dreams of the Blessed, and on our return, visiting more murals depicting two figures. Emet interrupts us again, explaining that the murals retell the events of the Sundering, dividing across 10 and 3 reflections, before which was a peaceful world facing such a crisis as to use prayer to manifest a god, Zodiark. But with him and them came the naysayers, who equally manifested a god of their own, Hydaelyn, to keep the former in check. The eldest and most powerful of primals, the two would fight incessantly until Hydaelyn prevailed victorious, splitting the very fabric of reality in so doing. The Ashians were the very inhabitants of that peaceful world, and so they seek to return it to the way it was, the Great Rejoining. How much of his Ashian words are to be believed? Well, that's up for debate. But with that, we headed back to FFXIV to say our emotional farewells to the bunnies and the Blessed, as we return to the Crystarium to catch up with the Crystal Exarch. And that's about where we left it off. Don't forget, if you're new here, to hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with my Shadowbringers journey, and you can help support the channel by becoming a member. I appreciate all of you guys. But let's get into the episode. Though it pains me to leave, it is time I returned with you and the others to the Crystarium. But before we go, might I speak with you in private? Okay. I will await you in my chambers. Okay. Good start, I guess, to this episode. We're gonna get a scolding from Y'shtola. I can tell. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory at Rak'tika Falls, I fear they proved true, and so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at Fort Gone, your ether has appeared, tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light not unlike the Sin Eaters. When you defeated the Lightwarden, I fear the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Hydaelyn's blessing. Rather, it was absorbed into your being. Urianger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater. Greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. You should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I've sorted my things here, I will join you. She's just concerned mom energy. It's fine. We took one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Slitherbough remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who were poisoned will make a full recovery, and with the night sky returned, their prayers have at last been answered. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? Aww. I'll not deny there is a part of me that wishes I could stay. For 2 years I have lived with the Blessed, learned their culture, even going so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. I but pray I did honor to it. Oh, is she crying? Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Minfilia is like, yes! Okay, bets on Emet showing up. Who's got their money on Emet showing up? I do. All things considered, it is hardly surprising that Alphanode and Alizé have yet to arrive. But where is the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Speaking of, Alphanode, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the warden hiding in Rak'tika? Already dead. Found and slain, you say? I should have known. Eulmore has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Norvrant to defend them. I'm glad to see their efforts were wasted on the Great Wood. Speaking of Eulmore, what came of your meeting with Vauthry? I don't know if Thancred's met Vauthry yet, but he's gonna find out how much of a big baby he is. Yes, about that. It proved to be... Headache? Migraine? Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. Oh yeah, he gets his power from the tower. Oh. No doubt you all are tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much needed rest before we discuss our findings? Okay, we gotta talk to Boyo in the apartment again. I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. It's settled then. We reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. Okay, we're gonna get a convo on the stuff. What? What's wrong with my arms?
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside.
Whoa!
You look the same as you ever did to me.
Oh, that's kind of nice. And what if that changes? What if it overwhelms me?
I'm damned if I know. It's not as if I can lift a finger to help myself, much less you.
Great talk, bro.
Have
Thanks
faith
for the
in your
advice.
friends, look out for them, and hope that they look out for you. What more can you do?
True.
Think he was telling the truth? Emet, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal.
I don't know. Ashians are known for their lies, but why would he lie about that? I don't think he told the whole truth, though.
If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will?
It would be ironic. Shit.
Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascian stock in trade.
Very true.
Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbough look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, felt good. It was moments like that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm.
Right.
I always
Some
took comfort in
sandwiches.
that.
No. We'll have some more sandwiches when this is all over. You want Garlemald? Oh yeah, Gaius. I totally forgot that guy existed. And Einstein. It was snowing in Garlemald. Heh. Still looking all broody.
What did the scouts have to report?
I love these camera shots.
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear...
Black
Say
Rose.
nothing of Black Rose.
Yes, Black Rose.
All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough. though I have received some troubling intelligence.
Go on.
One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Oh, we know who that is. It's 3 caves. Oh, fuck.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
I wonder where.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
Yes, a corpse may return. Yes.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Ooh, he knows. How does he know?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host. So the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game.
Okay, we're back to the crazy shit again.
Something to consider at any rate. But come, there's work to be done.
Ah, you can't tease us like that. Hey. Hi.
These bloodless games make for poor sport.
Yes, I miss that voice.
Mayhap if father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body.
So he is in the capital.
Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend.
He said the thing.
I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
Yeah, I'm not around right now. You could go schedule a meeting with Tataru. I'm sure she'll help you out, but sorry I can't help you, buddy. My friend. My old dead friend in another body somehow. What's that noise? Has war started? The forces, Yulmoran forces? Casually walks out to the sound of bombs. What's with the music? Why does everything seem so empty? Ah, I suspected that you might be awake. I could scarce imagine you sleeping through such a commotion. An entire host of sin eaters appears to be advancing upon the Crystarium. Oh dear. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, that we are safe so long as we remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. I don't think I will, no. Yes, I thought you might feel that way, and I cannot say that your assistance would be anything less than welcome. I must remain here to disseminate information to the other residents, but you are under no such obligation, and thus free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The Exeter tends to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with those seeking solace and companionship. You would have my personal gratitude if you would offer succor to those there. There doesn't seem to be anybody around. Few townsfolk are about, and you spy none who appear to be in distress. Two! Wait, she's back too? I've only just returned from Amh Araeng, yet I find the Crystarium moments from being beset by sin eaters. Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible. We restored the darkness. Well, this is a fortunate coincidence. Brother, tell me you have some idea why this is happening. I may, but for the moment, we'll need to postpone such discussions in favor of action. The Crystal Exarch is preparing to deploy a barrier around the Crystarium as we speak. Ensuring that he is able to do so should be our first concern. There are a number of instruments placed about the Crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. I'm on my way to activate them now. In which case, 3 pairs of hands would be better than 1? Very well, I'll take the ones to the south. I shall deal with the northern apparatus then. Will you handle the western too? They're ensconced on the platforms extending from the upper level of the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. Like up there? Despite having very little idea as to how it functions, it appears that you have activated the device successfully. Here we go. Done. Did I do that with my mind? Oh shit! It's like the wall out in the burn. Sick.
Sin-Eater sighted! They're coming!
Okay. Well, we just put up the barrier, bro. It's fine. We're all good now. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. Like flies. It's one of those little electric fly traps. Die. Dinner's served, boys. Cooked sin-eaters.
Excellent. The barrier is holding.
For now.
That's good news for the Crystarium, but what of the rest of Lakeland?
Ah, fuck the rest of the Lakeland.
Lena and the city guard have taken to the field.
Okay, don't fuck the rest of the Lakeland. We need to see if Lena...
Tancred and the others have already joined them. Let us do the same.
We must see if Bunny Girl... Oh, battle. We ought to join the vanguard as soon as possible. If the number of eaters we just saw is any indication, we'll be facing a formidable host. Let us do it. We get the polar bears. Ooh. The creepy things. Mini Reisvelgers. Did any of you guys bring your fat cat umbrella? What lovely weather. Just what we needed. Exactly. It seems the battle has already begun in earnest. Make haste. Oh shit, look at that bow. The animation. That was cool. Alright boys, here we go. I hear shouting. Come on.
Let's give it our all.
Okay.
Help is at hand.
Easy peasy. Alfie, you got healing? There we go. Perfect. Those eaters are moving towards Radisca's round. Okay, well, we'll kill them then. Come on, guys. Gather up. Gather up. If it's this bad here, I shudder to think of what it's like elsewhere. Oh my god, there actually is a lot of them. Holy crap. I want to kill this big one. A timely arrival too. I have my hands full here. Let me help out. Mine own magic shall suffice to aid your soul. I bid thee off, succor to the guard. Big one, big one, big one. Let me kill the big one. No. You guys get to kill the big one? Damage up. Sick. Oh my god, there's a lot of enemies.
I shall protect you.
Thank you, Uri.
You will rue the day you crossed my path.
Master Matoya has a few, still has a few tricks up her sleeve. Most impressive trick indeed. As if you've none of your own. Let's make for the imperative, shall we? Look at us go. We're all together. Where's Tancred? Someone hath made short work of these eaters. Okay, I got my answer. I got my answer. Hey! Fancy seeing you guys here. Too. You'll be glad to know that the locals have all taken shelter. Nevertheless, we can't allow the sin eaters to gain any ground with me. Let's go, boys. That can't be good. What can't be good? Another big one? Oh, damn it all. We're too late. Uh-oh. We're gonna witness them all turn? I'm sorry, buddy. I'll follow the eater. You press on to the imperative. I'm staying with you. Bye, guys. Fun. These eaters are too organized. They cannot merely be acting on instinct. Who are we gonna meet up here? I wonder. Has the big BB left his couch? It is as we feared. Rip that guy. But our task is as it ever was. Turn the tide. Okay. The lives of the wounded are in our hands. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys. There we go. Running the gauntlet. Okay, heal him up, heal him up.
On your feet.
Here they come. Nice. This one's still there? There we go. Oh, forgiven hypocrisy. Protect me somehow. We shall need to deal with them first. Who is screaming in my ear? Oh, shut up. Is that the buns or what? I feel a swell of ether coming around me quickly. Okay. Oh. We're attacking. We're attacking.
Theory in practice.
Perhaps now is the time to put my research to the test. Sick. Thanks, Alfie. And yet still more calm. Dude, buy me some time. Often I'll need ether. Right, everyone channel your ether into Alze. Okay, so we're doing the thing from
May the 12 guide you.
Heavensward. How do I do this?
The stars shall
Channeling?
grant thee succor.
Okay.
Let's give them a
like,
show.
Forward? Alright.
With heart and steel.
Oh shit, look at that. We fight for those who cannot. Little big guy. Pop that. Hillary, move on to that. And dead. Sick. Minfilia 1v1ing. PvP. And she just cuts it in half. Dude, she's sick. Uh-oh.
There are so many.
The ether.
Ah, God damn it!
Lyna!
Lyna!
No, you have to save her.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Keep going. They fucking run off.
Lyna, hold on.
No, she doesn't turn. No, 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 no.
They turned on me.
No, she doesn't turn. I will ult F4. No, not Lyna. No, you don't have to do it, Minfilia. Giant grip. God damn, he's so cool. Uh-oh. Oh.
This one is mine.
Shit. Oh, fucking right between the titties. Right between the titties. Man, we're getting slaughtered though. There's just too many. Hard?
We need only hold out a little while longer.
They're hiding?
Reinforcements are coming, remember? The captain said so. We're going to be all right.
Oh, can he do something? Or does he just have to stand there?
Run, damn you!
Oh, they can't see you, bro.
The Warrior of Darkness has returned. The Bloody Knight has returned. So stay with me, eh? You can't go dying now.
No, I'm sorry, guys. Maybe if you were a little more spatially aware.
Damn it! Please let this work. Please let this work.
Ah, Ardbert. Guys.
No. No, no. Stay back. Stay back.
Help! Help! Anyone!
Why did you spare me? Why? What have I done to deserve this mercy?
Forward! Forward! If you can still hold a sword, follow me! Wounded to the rear! Weapons at the ready! Let's make this count!
There's me. Wait.
Fight and struggle. Seek salvation by your own hands. Though the losses be grave, endure them. Though the victories be hollow, claim them.
We won? Did Lyna die though? Lyna didn't die. No. No. Wow. So what caused all of that? Why did they all appear and why was there so many? How could they do it when there was no light? And why did they die to the light there? Huh. When daybreak came. Interesting. I have more questions. It seems we've driven them back, for the time being at least. The wounded have been collected and are undergoing treatment now. Once they're ready to be moved, we'll have them carried back to the Crystarium. The dead as well, of course. Those whose bodies remain, anyway. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you're fit to fall over after what we've been through. Odds know I am. But if you could see to a few of the patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lyna is about somewhere, so you might also consider asking her? Are there any other areas? She's alive? I thought she was dead. Lyna? Where'd she be? With tear-filled eyes, the prone man gazes up at you. His fingers twitch, as if to reach for you. He lacks the strength to raise his hand. Alfie! Over here! Marie? I must needs remain still. Looks pretty still to me. Thank you. But it's too late. One of them. It got me. If I turn, please kill me. I beg you. Guys, we have a problem here. Hey, little guy. It's okay, little guy. Don't touch me. I killed her. I killed her. She was one of them, I know, but Lyna, are you alive? She's not gonna turn.
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
You. How are you feeling?
Injuries are part and parcel of battle. While there's breath in my lungs, I shall see my duties done.
Did she get got?
Don't pretend you're not of the same mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from over. We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses before they attack again.
I mean, she seems pretty fine to me. She doesn't seem pretty hurt.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Oh, no, no, no! No. It's just a bad knee, right?
Fine.
It's just a bad knee.
Completely and utterly fine. Better than fine. Hale and hearty and still alive to mourn those who are not. Who I failed to protect when they needed me most.
Aww.
We've come so far, so goddamn far! I could have sworn the end was in sight, and now they will never see it.
Impudent worms of the Crystarium.
Is he flying in on a fucking helicopter? What the hell is this? Oh.
The tragedy that has befallen you is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance.
Ain't no fucking way he's on that shit. You know that for sure. No way. I do not care if those things are floating via hydrogen. That they still don't have the flotation for him.
The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior. Me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering. A paradise where man and sin-eater might live in peace and harmony.
Fuck you, bro.
Why, already, our winged brothers and sisters regard me and mine as kin, alike to them in beauty and purity.
Beauty, yeah, right? Okay.
But you...
That's how you know he's lying.
not only reject my prophet hand, but raise your own against my sin-eaters. But it's only right that they respond in kind. Let this be a lesson to all those who would walk the path of sin. The wicked shall not inherit this world!
Now we have to deal with him shouting at us from a million miles away to... God damn it. His propaganda via loudspeaker. Okay, bro. Valtry's ship is already gone. How flattering that he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst. Rest assured that I have no intention of allowing any of my wounds to affect the performance of my duties, especially not now. If I may, could I ask that you seek out Thancred and Minfilia for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I would feel better knowing that they are well looked after. Thancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that sin-eater. I would not be surprised if he were in Spagirix still. Please give them my thanks. Please give them my thanks. Well, here's hoping Thancred's fine. We can't be having another Scion die. That's just too much. Thancred, how you doing, big man? How you doing, buddy? You're here for me? Sorry to put you to trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunately solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more worried about Minfilia. She's not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Hortorium, ostensibly to fetch herbs for Chesamil, but just talk to her, will you? Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a gentle poke will get her attention. Oh, Eep! Oh, Tu, what are you doing here? It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lyna, but I was careless. And now, it's my fault. You can make up for it by being there for him. Are you sure? I brought him nothing but trouble thus far. And what if it's worse next time? All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. I'm sure that he'll resent me for being this weak. Maybe he already does. But you're right. I can still help. If only by seeing these herbs safely to Chesamil. There are only 2 left on the list, but I'll need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I would hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that's very fragrant, in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. We only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Chesimil. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you, I appreciate the help. Is it this one? This plant has soft leaves and smells strongly medicinal. Nice. Minfilia told me that you would be bringing the rest. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our store of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting it, I suppose. Though with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win, I promise you that. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you've just come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With Spagyrics in good working order, the Crystarium's people will be well cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but that's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. You know the Exarch? No? Who said that? We do. Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something. For me. Your dearest friend, you see. He was there on the battlefield with me. But only the one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Valtteri said is true, if our losses were our just deserts, and we doom ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness, in the Crystal Exarch. I don't think what they've done is wrong, and I don't think we're wrong to fight with them either. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up. Don't give in. Please. You will tell him. You have my word. Okay, buddy. I'm sorry about your friend. So the people want us to still fight? Well, at least one person does. That's good to know. If you're ready, why not go on ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the Exarch company while I fetch Alphanode. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest Amh Araeng I can find. So we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you, though I confess I find them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I will fully intend to continue our work, and will not shrink from what must be done. Now, least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion. I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. Let's talk. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know? Okay. Unlockable dialogue? No, I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you. So secretive. Always. It's okay to let your emotions out, Chris.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Emet? Yeah. No, who shows up? You couldn't have helped us out? Did you enjoy the show at least?
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Valtteri may call it divine retribution, but Sin-Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented.
Quite.
Moreover, in the absence of a Lightwarden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
Out with it. Come on, Grizz.
These minions of light answer to a higher power.
Who would be...
He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthry.
Well, yeah, but we knew that, no?
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
Depends on your perspective.
Yes, but I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
That could have been you.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Lightwarden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Amh Araeng?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Amh Araeng. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
So what do we do? Minfilia, what do you know?
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin Eaters.
Well, have you Stola scanned the mountain?
And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison.
Thancred doesn't want it, though.
To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Minfilia. If we travel to Amh Araeng, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back.
Can she not do the abilities? No? It has to be that one?
What do you think?
Oh, Thancred.
Don't.
Wow.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
He doesn't want to go through the pain again.
But I do. I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming incarnation. But it all makes sense now.
Oh, he didn't know. You didn't know, did you? Ah, you're only figuring it out. How slow are you, Emmett? How slow are you?
The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
Oh, it's all a game to you. It's all a game.
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be?
He's getting somewhere. This is cheaper than therapy.
Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Amh Araeng we go.
You're gonna disappear and let us do all the work and then show up and make some snide remarks.
I'll meet you at the gates.
I guess that's a yes. Oh, he knows it's the right thing to do, but also that requires him giving up old Minfilia, because that's what she wanted when the time came. If I had only been able to locate Calusi's Lightwarden, it might not have come to this. I can't imagine what Thancred must be feeling to behave this way. To say he's changed since coming here would be an understatement. He may as well be a different person. He reminds me of... he reminds me of Father. He argued with us for months about our plan to go to Eorzea, but in the end, he accepted our decision. I do hope he's doing well. Interesting little bit of level your lore. Minfilia demonstrated impressive resolve just now. It seems that she understands what must be done, though I do wonder if she is truly prepared to make the choice. Should she falter, it will fall to Thancred to guide her, however much he wishes it were otherwise. Though Thancred hath long known whither this path doth lead, his journey hath brought him no closer to acceptance. You! Will you ever grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask, ask me. Zodiark. As I told you before, Zodiark is the creation of my people, the first people. We summoned him as your kind might summon a primal, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural. There is no resisting such power. And so we Ashians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness, his darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, and they would be fools, though that is only to be expected given their innate inability to conceive of the nature of our universe. But I believe I'm repeating myself. Do you not trust me to speak honestly? You hope to catch me in a lie? Really? I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. Liar! You're a liar! I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. What if I say no? What if I want Minfilia back too? Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. You're sure you want to do this? She's got that Minfilia smile. I remember it. No. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger. Strong enough to face my destiny. And I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you're prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw an airship coming into land over Amh Araeng while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vothri's forces to Rak'tika. Meaning, we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Yay! Right. No, Amh Araeng lies in the southern reaches of Amh Araeng, and there are two routes we can take to get there. Oh. Okay. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Mord Soak. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of the Nava Severance, but we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Ulmorans caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Valthry's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route. Which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Ulmorans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way you'll have a chance of reaching Amh Araeng unopposed, and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. A little catch up. Aww. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Valthry's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amaro for our own journey. I leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. I hate how she's like so insecure. Be confident in yourself. You are the Oracle. Or will be. There you are. The gate leading to Amh Araeng is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? Who shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder? Off so soon, Master Cage. You'd barely had time to recover from the battle. Duty calls, my brother. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you. Okay. We're back out here.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garik lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth.
Okay.
Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Oh. Are they going to be undead? Undead dwarves? Oh my god, we're going to get undead Sin Eater dwarves? This is going to be sick. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. Oh, she's gonna have to make a decision. I wonder, is she gonna like lose herself? I think she thinks she has to like lose herself to the old Minfilia, whereas I think it's gonna be the opposite because of the whole Thancred thing, where I think she's gonna be the one to remain and the old Minfilia is the one that has to give everything up. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing? Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. You sell? No, you are no merchant. But then, why do I know your face? Oh, I remember you spent Vobor gold. Wait, is this the same guy? Or one of them? Good seeing you. Such a coin purse cracking. You're already a legend among more traders. You're a traveling merchant then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, everything for valued customers. This place is Garik. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. No, none. So Master Gengen borrowed the village. Made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you must all be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Amh Araeng ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding the Amh Araeng. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. Surely there must be some way. You think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps you ask, they tell. Tell for free even to friends of our best customer. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for your help. And she's off. Well then, best customer. Let's see what information your reputation buys us. This looks like a little western town. There's gonna be a shootout here. Clint Eastwood's gonna walk in through these gates. You wish to go to Amh Araeng? There was a way once, a gondola down the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola and a spare scrap of parchment. For Amh Araeng, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. The Ulmorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make a note of Gongon's words. Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for Amh Araeng these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. Take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. This guy. Hey, Stumpy. Good to see you again. Look at his little face. Oh, hey, little guy. Oh. Isn't he adorable? Oh. Too. I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Amh Araeng. The Ulmoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though their army is definitely in Amh Araeng, there have been no sightings of Ulmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alizé's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? Here's my handwritten notes on scraps of parchment. So these are our options. Well, what do you think? Might die, but yeah, we can try the gondola. Might die, but fuck it. I'd rather not if it's all the same to you. If it went poorly, we couldn't simply wave our hands and vanish into the ether like Y'shtola. Not that I would recommend it, even if we could. Okay, well, we're not getting an airship, so I don't even know why I'm suggesting this. We could perhaps use an Amaro, but even from a distance, I can't imagine that the Ulmoran army wouldn't spot us if we were to travel by air. Okay, we'll take the damn trolley. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Oh, valued customers. Were the other more of help? I guess. What about this trolley? Of a fashion, they told us of a trolley that runs to Amh Araeng at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when first we asked? Yes. The gate, you see, it is impassable. Before, there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Birin Mines, that is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you, you've been of great help. We're off to Mount Birin then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Alright. Into the mines of Moria. Bye, Zunzun. Have a great day. Thanks for all your help. Bye. The scale of the track is impressive, I give them that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. Aha. Pretty big, yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's Gnotic an Oblin! Gnotic an Elf! It's a gnome and you've been gnomed! Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. I'm not an idiot, bro. We just like turn some dials and levers and see what happens. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Urianger's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Buddy, wake up. It's work time. Time for work. Ah, too, what hast thou discerned? I see. Indeed, thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Uri already knows the whole story, and he's just waiting for us to tell ours so he can be like, actually, it's this. Ample evidence of recent maintenance, and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks looked like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. Go on then. Explain. Like we don't know. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to golems of the source, nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number were once in operation. So who's remaining? Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow capable to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. I mean, who is it? Let's ask them what it is, shall we? How? Who? I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwestern side of the tracks. Oh, a keen eye. Of course. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. I wonder who it is. Shh, we're doing this quietly. We're doing it so quietly. Boo! Hey, sir. How's it going? Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that, I'm sure. I'll fight you in first person, bro. This is what I think of you. I will literally fight you in first person. Ha! Thanker just grabbed him over by the ear. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? What, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers must pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Faff, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer, as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. You're close. I'll give you that. You're close. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I'm a bodyguard of sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances, though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Amh Araeng. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again... The trolley? The trolley. Are they gonna break out into song? Should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. Okay. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Garik and Thaff, at your service. This is kind of like Biggs and Wedge in the first. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore. Mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with the full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak to him, if you like. We'll introduce you. Okay. Very well. Our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right, it looks like you'll be following us back to Twine then. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd have come out by now. No, of course. No. No, I have not. You think he'll be alright? That's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look just in case. You go on ahead, Thaf. Alright, it looks like it'll just be you lot and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite of you on the way out of the rail yard. Damn, that's smarts. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now though. I've pointed your overeager companions in the right direction and they've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. This is it. Welcome to Twine. I have a little church and everything with a little bell. This is totally a western. I love the vibe. The original dwellings were built to house these laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. The trolley. As you've doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go, or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see that we have much of a choice. Let's go and meet the man. Is he gonna have his feet up, kicked up with a cigar and his gun by his thing with his hat off? Oh, he's a drunk. Okay. His wife left him. His kids? Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or 4 of you. Wicked white, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. He thinks this one is deep in his cups. Yes. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Amh Araeng, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see? What? There's nothing in Amh Araeng. Not anymore. Especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Amh Araeng. I must. Blah. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. This place is a ruin. Nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Amh Araeng. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. He just needs a good night's sleep, sober up, and we'll speak outside. I wonder why he's so depressed. Piss off. Okay. Minfilia, do not get into drinking. This is what you will become, okay? He only said that because he thinks I'm weak. And he's right, but I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. Maybe they know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, aren't thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This isn't a matter of fate, Urianger. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Minfilia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. Wow, I guess he's made his decision. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's just fine. He was a bit shaken up is all. And you? What did Magnus have to say? Not much. I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him to action where our interest is not, but I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be of any help though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here if you like. You could give it a stroke or two. It is some very smooth wood. Alright. You mean to say you're not giving up? Even knowing that Magnus is... Magnus? I don't see much point in you being stubborn about it, though perhaps the stubbornness is exactly what the situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil after all. I can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the tracks for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. I'm his helper. What the fuck? I swear, this Warrior of Light gets himself into so many weird-ass situations. This spot looks like it could use a bit of work. Could you read the tools for me? You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant! Now if you could hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Bolt. Do we use a saw? I think we use a ragged cloth. Here you go. I could use this to wipe any excess oil clinging to the bolt, but I don't think it will be necessary in this case. I'd like to move right to tightening the bolt, so please hand me the tool for that. Why can't he just tell me? Why does he say the tool? Saw. Here you go. Here's the tool. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I need something to tighten the bolt, please. Hey, I ain't no engineer. A mid-sized wrench. Okay, I guess that'll work. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now, give me one moment and... There. I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Okay, you set down the toolbox, the muscles of your arms enjoying profound relief, and open it once again. You're quite handy to have around, you know? As to the lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if, by some miracle, the night returns as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Yes, I wonder how that would happen. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need to sand it down a bit. Okay, I'll get you the cloth. Okay, a rough file. I might not be an engineer, but I ain't no idiot. Yes, a wood file. Perfect. Let me even this out. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the Hills of Amber, but after a certain point, They had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Naboth Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Naboth brought the Mistal engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills, and wouldn't you know it, the mining industry picked right up again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronzo and the newly come Mistal. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Mistal left, taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Yulmore, and now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favourite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Removing? Beep, boop, boop. Sorry, I knew you were trying to sleep, Mr. Vulture, but I gotta kill you. It just be that way sometimes. Thank you, that should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the Trolley. Nothing that can get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The Trolley's tracks rusted and its cars fell into disrepair. No, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was Trolley, damn it. And those were the worst years of my life. But then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper Trolley engineer, and perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amh Araeng is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. It didn't help in the end. The Sin Eaters got the boy. Oh, okay. Isn't that always the way? Okay, so now we know why he's a fucking alcoholic. The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again. So, in his memory, they returned to Twine, started fixing those rusted nails and broken cars. And it was going well for a time. Ah. Wicked white vultures? Are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. You mean Sin Eaters? Ahem. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the Trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different. But, well, here we are. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we'd be meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's griping for a change. Aww, he looks kinda sad. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see. The means to build the Talos stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true. But here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. It will likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of ether. Ah! Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what do you exactly reckon is the problem? Oh, here we go. I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well then? To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. For sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether in the Talos, and thus I would ask you to provide 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. Yeah! Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Didst thou succeed in procuring stone from the debitage? Absolutely. You know me. Did you even have to ask? Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. This guy's gonna be blown away. From end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They require but a sufficient endowment. Oop. Come on. We need more. Everybody put your hands in. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuses to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. Oh! You were wrong for once, Uri? As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core ether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. I didst foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We've never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing if the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Garik? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Garik, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Right then, the Talos, their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort, with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't, I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. No! Back to the tavern then. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer's the same. Our trolleys are... What? God's damn it, Garik, you could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know. Out with it. Come on.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know.
Oh, he has a voice.
Greatest prospector there ever was. When the Garlemald started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder.
Oh, was there a cave collapse? Mining as a career. Saj.
But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed.
Saj.
We labored day and night to clear away the rubble. But it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
I feel like Thancred... Does Thancred have some level of relatability here with Minfilia? Old Minfilia?
Ah, yes. Well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
At her grave, maybe? The church? There was a church, right? Oh, he's still drinking. God damn it, Magnus.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
Or what, huh, big man?
What were their names?
I know you're sad, but you want to try it?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
Wait, was Thancred an alcoholic?
You've lost someone too?
Not yet, maybe?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter.
Aww, the 1.0.
But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on. For those we've lost. For those we can yet save.
Oh, the line.
And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Amh Araeng.
What rubbish.
Yep. Thancred is displeased.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Was that like a little... the first time he's ever like been... Why must he always treat me like this? Okay, so it was kind of just a brush it off little girl kind of thing. Yeah, so that was the 1.0 thing Thancred was talking about. I'll need to rewatch that. I can't remember it entirely, but it has something to do with Minfilia's family. Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Ah, Minbrida. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Staff, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stone we require? No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all the veins were tapped dry years ago, though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you may find something at Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for the Goothjohn and tell him I sent you, but don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. 2. I think it best Thancred join thee in his search. Though he would be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil, and his thoughts clouded. It would be unwise to ignore his distress. Off to somewhere, are you? At last, a lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving. Though we should probably hear what Guthjon has to say before we celebrate. Assuming we can find him, that is. Guthjon, my good friend. Who are you? What you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Tharf. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is Leonine. All the Talos in the hills of Amh are hard using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we used Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of Leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine, what do you want? The other day I found a Voberg gold piece down in the mines. A bloody Voberg gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it, and I'll tell you what you want to know. Okay, you drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us too. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. Metal detector? As I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in and I'll handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drops effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Okay, 3 minutes. You search the shadows but find nothing. Perhaps the gold piece lies elsewhere. Is this it? Nope. Oh my god, we have 2 minutes left. Oh no, 2 minutes. Perfect, here it is. As you search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Voberg gold piece. Whoa, I'm a rich boy. Let's go shopping. I was hoping he dropped the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Well, look what I found. Or maybe she is. Yours at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Sure, you say, but you have a proven knack for success regardless of circumstances. I doubt very much I could have discovered it unassisted. I only managed to survive the Kurthan wilderness and the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation. A habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits, which endeared me to Louisoix, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Guthjon. The sooner we get back to Urianger Minfilia, the better. I'll be damned, you actually find it. Well, deal's a deal. Don't think this means you'll find what you're after. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so still. You're not come to clear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask. You ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms? I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down there, where we could never hope to reach. And on occasion they come back with something valuable. Oh. They dig up Leonine in the mines? It's a rare occurrence, but yes, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. Okay. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Okay, here we go. Smoking them out. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby, you hear the soft rumbling of stones. That's 1? Oh, bro, come on. It's gonna take forever. So you're telling me I have to kill 21 of these guys? There you are. Find anything promising? I got your fucking rocks, bro. Between the 2 of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's gonna take time for me to sift through all this. Yes, good rock.
You may not remember this about Amh Minfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner.
Oh.
After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets.
In more than one
Occasionally,
way.
I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend.
Not your finest star.
Far from it, and Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now, I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found. You're not going to believe this.
Oh, I think we will.
Tell me it's Leonine.
Well?
It is at that.
Nice.
You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
A full fucking rock?
This is a rather fine specimen.
Can I see?
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Okay. Of what?
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out.
Oh no. Emet? Is this your doing?
To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
The mother? Oh.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife.
How did we get it?
She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day.
Oh, but now we have to give it to him.
Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Well, you'll have to find it yourself, my friend Guthjon. I wouldn't believe it if I had not seen it for myself. Before you set it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years, he's believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, good John, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. What? Oh, it's you. If you've come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before it won't run, and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it, along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus. From Agna. Oh. No. No, she couldn't have. Agna. Oh, he's giving it back. Take it. Do with it what you will. Are you certain? It would delay our plans, but... I said take it. It was you who found it. You who needs it. Looking at that stone, all I can see is... Please, just leave me be. I hope you'll be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Urianger? We completely missed that hand over there. Just saying, it was a little bit off. Okay, bye Magnus. Thou art returned, and with Leonine it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been made ready to receive its heart. Thanks in no small part to Garik, Thaf, and Minfilia. At last we shall return time to the timeless, this sentinel of stone, that we may press on towards Amh Araeng. We missed that one too. What is with these handoffs? Very good. Now let us begin. I wonder if he's gonna have a voice. Hopefully he does. He's like a big cute voice.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready.
Do it! Come on! Can he talk? Can he talk? What should we name him? Look at his face.
It's working! It's working!
Magnus. Your wife did this, Magnus.
Magnus!
It was because of your wife's sacrifice that this was possible.
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble?
He doesn't like it. No, don't hit him.
This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
What? Where's she going? She doesn't like being around it. Around all the depression, the despair. I know how you feel, Minfilia.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden. helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
I don't think that's what he feels at all.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the Oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day.
Hooray.
Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge.
This is true.
Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose.
She did. That's literally what she told Thancred.
It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Thanks, Grandpa Uri. Go to her.
Not today.
Oh, Thancred. Maybe he does hate her. Meanwhile, in the Crystarium. He's just watching us on TV? The fuck? This is kind of weird, man. Him again. He just walks in.
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors.
Kind of true.
That
At least he understands.
Insufferable abundance of light in Amh Araeng. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time.
True,
Not
also
that my
true.
compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Habrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing?
The little high-pitched voice he goes into just indicates that he already knows the answer. Out with it, Emmett.
The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
True as well, yeah. Mr. Secret Holder.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for his energies. And I'm not in the habit of pointing him at my enemies like a weapon.
Okay.
Is that right? Fond of him, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you?
That's what I want to know. Who is Chris?
The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of his mortal flesh, not even I could have performed such a feat.
Oh, interesting. So it wasn't the tower.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am?
What are you?
I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift.
Okay.
'Tis a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Okay.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
Okay. So he's the keeper of the tower. Interesting. What did he say? The adjudicator of history? I don't know, man. Now my mind's going. My mind's going. Wee. So who really is Chris? Like what? It feels like they're hinting towards something bigger that's gonna be a reveal later on, but I have no idea what. Maybe it's something to do with Heidelin? Perhaps. Yeah, so I feel like we're going to have two really big parts that come up. Following this, we're going to have the Minfilia drama, and we're going to have the Crystal Exarch drama. And then whatever comes after that, I don't know. But yeah, things are getting slowly but surely, we're getting more and more interesting developments. I have always had that question since the beginning. The first day of Shadowbringers was, who even is Chris? Like, why is he doing this? Like, he never told us anything. And he's just been keeping secrets the whole time. And stealing my credit, too. I want some credit for all my hard work. Mine apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss. Yeah, I know. Which bringeth me to the question. How didst thou find Thancred during your search? He spoke of Minfilia, of his own accord. I see. 'Tis well that he did, and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercede. I regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end he refused to heed my counsel. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now let us not tarry any longer. The Talos and Amh Araeng wait. Well, they may be awaiting, but they're gonna have to await until next time. That's gonna do it for this episode. Pretty interesting developments, as I was talking about. Before this episode, I would have predicted the 5.0 was gonna end on a fairly straightforward kind of plot line. Now, with that conversation between Emet and Chris, I don't know. They, like, of course it would have had like moral ambiguity and stuff, but now this throws a spanner, a wrench, a saw, or a cloth in the works, as is typical with this game. So I should have seen that one coming. But yeah, kind of a slower episode, a little bit tedious with the whole you have to kill 21 of these guys in the mine thing, but kind of paid off for that cutscene. You have to work for these cutscenes, I'm seeing now. But nonetheless, another really enjoyable episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and that tells me that you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here as well. Welcome. Thanks for watching the video. Join the Discord if you want to help out. We're currently going to be raiding an ultimate and stuff soon. We're doing extremes whenever we get to the end of 5.0. So if you want to take part in those, hang out with an awesome group of people, definitely check out the links in the description below for all of that. You can become a member if you want to help support the channel as well. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so it tells YouTube to recommend it to other people like you. And if you're enjoying my videos and still haven't yet subscribed, consider doing so. I'd appreciate it a lot. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.